Hi, and welcome to Starr Knows Credit. Thank you so much for tuning in. My name is Starr Carter, and on this channel, I talk personal and business credit. Now, I'm not going to even lie to you guys. I wasn't even planning on doing a video today. I didn't even bring my camera. My camera's at home. I'm here at my shop. I just got my phone, so I'm talking to you. So I was scrolling, doing some research or whatever, and I kept seeing on TikTok this oops popping up in my feed. And I'm like, what is a oops that Navy Federal offers or whatever? So when I did some more digging, I found out that OOPS stands for Optional Overdraft Protection Service. So supposedly this overdraft protection gives you a $500 advance for covering your checking account if you were to go into the negative for whatever reason. And if you are a returning viewer on my channel, then you would know that I worked in banking for 15 years. So whenever I see products that I have not seen, and I've done plenty of videos for Navy Fed, so when I see products, I go and research these products first, these credit products that is, before I even bring y'all the information, because I don't want y'all out there doing wrong out here in these financial streets that's gonna harm you rather than help your financial situation. So that's what Starr Knows Credit is all about, is going out here, finding out what credit that you don't want to apply for and finding out the best credit for you that's not gonna have you in a debt cycle or a debt trap, okay? So when I looked, did some more research and I saw about this OOPS program, I was like, let me just share some of these videos that I saw on TikTok, and then I'm gonna come back and then we're gonna discuss what they're saying, okay?
Do you have overdraft protection on your account? If you do, I'm gonna show you a little trick on the days that you broke. So I have a Navy Federal account. I can pull out increments of 10. So on the days that I'm broke, I pull out the whole $490 worth of overdraft protection, and then I go to the gas station, Wawa in particular. Wawa only pre-authorizes the card for $1. $1. So if you use all of your overdraft protection and you need money plus gas until payday, use all of your overdraft protection, but leave at least $1 on the card. What's going to happen is Wawa is going to only pre-authorize the card for $1, and you can have a full tank of gas plus your overdraft until next payday. But you ain't hear this from me.
Another Navy Federal hack.
Another Navy Federal trick or hack for you. What I have done is I opened multiple bank accounts with Navy. I have a business account, and then I have 3 personal accounts. I happen to have 4 accounts with Navy. I have a business account with 3 personal accounts. I have overdraft protection on every account. So overdraft protection will take you up to, at least in my situation, I have $500 on each account. So that's 4 accounts times $500 worth of overdraft protection, which is $2,000 that I'll have access to whenever I need it. So if I get paid and I don't have all the money to cover my bills, what I do is I use my overdraft protection, because I'm not getting my card repoed. No, ma'am, that's not happening. So what I will do is use every overdraft protection that I have, and then I'll wait till next payday and just pay them back, and then use the overdraft protection again and again and again and again. There's no limit. However, there is something that you need to know. If your account stays overdrafted for more than 30 days, they will cut the overdraft protection off, and sometimes, in some situations, close the account out. So don't ever let it go past 30 days. Pay that overdraft protection off. I'm not telling y'all nothing that's fraud. I'm not telling y'all nothing that's wrong. I'm telling y'all, be smart with your money, because if you do use the overdraft protection, use it all in one whop, because it's only $20. So if you keep overdrafting $10 here, $50 here, $30 here, it's going to charge you a $20 fee every time. Take that whole $500 out, sis, or $490, so that if you do need to get gas or, pay something else or pre-authorize it for $1 or $5, you'll have that access to do so. All right, so for y'all who said that y'all didn't believe me, here it is right here. How much does Navy Federal allow you to overdraft? $500. They didn't put the fees here. It says up to $50 in fees may be added to the limit, but that is not true. They only charge $20. That's why I was saying, if you are going to borrow the overdraft protection, pull it all off in one whop. So if you know your account all the way down to zero and you need these extra $500, pull it all out at one time. Don't go get gas. Don't go buy clothes. Don't spend the money swiping the card every time, because each time you swipe the card, it's going to charge you a $20 fee for overdraft protection. You don't want that. I have 3 personal accounts. I have a business account that requires me to use a personal line of credit, but I still have 3 personal accounts that allow me to use my overdraft protection. It says you can only be assessed 1 overdraft fee per day per account. Oops is limited and only available up to $500. So you can have 10 accounts. As long as you got a direct deposit or some type of money in those 10 accounts, you can have overdraft protection fee for all those 10 accounts, unless something changed that I didn't know about. But I at least got it on my 3 accounts. My significant other, he has 3 accounts. So if you do the math, that's 5, 10, 15 for me, plus another 5, 10, 15 for him. That's $3,000 that we can have access to if an emergency comes up. Maybe we got to go to the doctor, hospital. Maybe if I wanted a damn BBL, I would be able to use my money to go and do whatever I needed to do. Now, use your money wisely. Don't just go out and say, oh, I got $500 worth of overdraft fees. I'm going to just go to the club with that. No, Tommy, don't go to the club with it. Use it only when you need it. Use it only when you need it. So I'm giving you the game. Before it's too late, you need to run down to Navy Federal. Get you an account. Usually you got to know somebody who has an account. Get you an account. Separate accounts. 2 or 3 separate accounts, so that you can have access to this overdraft protection. Don't say Colette didn't tell you nothing, because here I am telling you.
So today is January the 4th of 2024. And this is what I want you guys to do for me. If you are a subscriber or this is your first time ever looking at my channel, I need y'all to do this, especially if you are trying to get yourself out of debt, you're trying to build your credit, all that good stuff. This is what I need y'all to do for me. I need you to make a declaration right now that you won't do stupid things like you just saw in those last videos. I'm not calling those people stupid. I'm calling their actions of what they're doing stupid, okay? So this optional overdraft protection service, I have seen it before at my last credit union that I worked at and at the last bank that I worked at. So I have seen it. So it's not a foreign type of credit product to me, but it's not a good credit product, okay? So here's the thing with this overdraft protection service that is hooked onto your Navy Federal account if you opt in. So you have to opt in to this service in order for it to work, okay? If you go on your Navy Federal account on the dashboard and you go to this overdraft protection service, and you opt in to do it, whether you are saying, okay, I'm cool with y'all paying my debit card transactions, my ACH transactions, even if I go to the ATM, y'all will cover that. Y'all will cover anything that's going to come out of my checking account that is going to throw me in the negative, or I already don't have the funds to cover it, so it will throw me into the negative, okay? So this is what this is doing. So it's hooked onto your checking account, and in essence, it sounds like a good thing. But in those other videos that I showed you guys, that is how you get yourself in a debt trap. This is how you turn something that is supposed to help you into something that can harm you. Like if you are doing what those people were saying, where you got $500 on this account and $500 on that account and $500 on that account, and that's $2,000 or that's $3,000. Do you understand that if you draw your account in the negative by those $3,000, or if you're going to do $490 on each one, whatever, it's costing you a $20 fee. It doesn't matter. $20 fee for however you do it. And you're probably thinking, oh, I'm making out like a fat rabbit. Look here, guys. This is the thing. And I'm telling you this from firsthand experience, because like I said, I worked in banking. The more you draw your account in the negative to even use this service, you will be decreasing your internal score probably with Navy Fed, and you will not be favorable for lending. Okay, you will not be favorable for lending, because here's the thing, guys. Everybody might have some miscalculations in their checking account every now and then. Okay, you might not have balanced it all the way to the T. So, and you might have a draft that come through. You might have forgot. It happens, guys. But that shouldn't happen but maybe once, maybe even twice a year, okay? A year. Preferably none, okay? Preferably no overdrafts, okay? And if you are going to have an overdraft protection, you need to go for the credit line of, they got a C-lock on it or whatever, or something like that. You need to apply for the actual credit line, and that way it will not draw your checking account in the negative, okay? If you have this, it will draw your checking account in the negative by the amount that you actually borrowed, plus the $20 fee, okay? So your account will be sitting in the red. Navy Fed says that you have 30 days to pay that, or they will freeze your accounts, okay? So they will freeze each one of your accounts. If you cannot pay this back, okay, if you cannot pay it back, say you did go get the $490, or you did go get you got the complete $500. If you cannot afford to, when your money does hit this account, like your direct deposit does hit this account, then you're going to be turning around and you're going to keep doing this and doing this and doing this and doing this. And then it's going to turn into like a payday loan. Okay. It's going to turn into a payday loan. And therefore you will no longer look favorable to Navy Fed. I worked at credit unions. I worked at banks that had this option. And I'm telling you from firsthand experience, if you cannot keep your account in the positive, why would I give you any of my money as the bank, as the credit union? You already look like you're strapped for cash, okay? Lenders don't lend to people that look like they're broke. They give you money when you don't need it, okay? I know that don't sound right. I know it sounds stupid. Like, Starr, that don't even sound right. I'm telling you guys, if you coming in there and you looking desperate and your account is in the negative and that's when you get denied, okay? When you are showing that you have the ability to be financially stable, that means keeping your account out of that overdraft protection, out of that type of stuff, then you are showing that, hey, I might have messed up and did not, my math wasn't mathing, and so I had an ACH to come through, or I forgot that my insurance was drafting, some new policy you might have got. Those type of things are a one-off thing. But when you start doing this on a repetitive cycle, guess what? It's going to catch up with you. And you're going to be in debt like that. So can you imagine having 3 and 4 checking accounts with this $500 limit on it and you run it up on all of those. And if you can't afford to pay that $2,000 back or that $3,000 back, even the $500, you would just be chasing your tail in debt. And we got to stop doing that, man. It's 2024. We got to get our finances right, period. Okay? We got to stop with this crap, man. We got to stop. So going forward here on this channel, y'all are going to get all the financial literacy that y'all can get. So if you don't want to hear no financial education, if you don't want me to talk about what y'all need to stop doing and all that, you might well unsubscribe now, because this is what the channel is going to be about going forward. I will still do credit card reviews. I will still do credit union reviews, but that is not going to be the main focus of this channel anymore. I got to bring y'all awareness so that y'all get right. You got to get right, guys, because you see how the economy is going. You see where everything is now. If you don't get our financial footing together now, it's only going to get worse. Okay? So we got to be more responsible, period. I'm sorry. This is going to be a hard conversation for a bunch of people, but I just had to tell y'all, stop looking at all these things that are so-called hacks and getting yourself in debt. Okay? Going out, getting the high limit credit cards, running up a bag. Do you know that how much interest that goes on a credit card? That is the most expensive loan. A credit card is one of the expensive loans, okay? It's like going to a finance company or a loan shark or a payday loan. So you got to stop, guys. You got to think about it. Stop thinking about if I can afford the payment and start thinking about if I can afford that thing that I'm trying to buy. If you can't afford to pay for it in cash, then you can't afford it. You cannot afford it. Stop living above your means. Stop using credit as your own money. Credit is not your money. Okay. And then you wonder why your credit is bad. You wonder why you got late payments. You wonder why you got all these things going on because of how you're treating your credit. You're treating your credit like it's your own money, and you have to stop. That's why credit card delinquencies is up. Car payment delinquencies is up. Credit card debt is in the trillion of dollars. First time ever in history. That's why, because people are living off their credit. If you got to do that, then you need to start budgeting, and you may need to cut out some things out of your lifestyle that you will not have to use your credit as your money. We just got to do this, guys. I'm sorry. It just hurt my heart when I'm scrolling on TikTok and some of these other ones. And because I'm a financial channel and I look at financial stuff all the time. So these type things come across my feed. And when I see y'all out here doing wrong and about to mess up your life, I got to come on here. Whether I got my Sony camera or I'm on my iPhone right now, I got to come on here and I got to tell it. And y'all got to start looking at these other videos other than somebody telling you about a hack or some secret, okay? A lot of these hacks and all this stuff is going to get you in more debt. Now, if you like being in debt, by all means, go out there and do it. But if you want to one day be financially free, that when you go to work, all your money is just going to the essential things that you have to have, like your rent or your mortgage or your insurance and your phone and utilities and stuff, instead of you always having to shove out all your money in credit card payments and loan payments and overdraft payments and all these type of things that we got, and it's just eating up our money. It's eating up our wealth, because all we're doing is the repetitive cycle of using credit as our own money. And we got to stop doing that. None of my videos on my channel, when I'm doing a credit card review or if I'm doing a credit union review, is not for y'all to go out there and run up your credit and get money that you cannot afford to pay back. It's not for that. It's just letting you know what is out there, that if you are in need of it, then it's there. But it's not for you to live above your means. Credit is not for you to live above your means. And that's how a lot of people get in trouble. If you do need some help with trying to get your finances on track, if you're not sure where to start, then you may need to holler at me at Starr Knows Credit on the Work With Me tab and book a consultation. If you don't want to do that, join my Credit Ready program. It's only $10 a month. You can cancel it at any time. It's a 6-week course, but as long as you're paying $10, you can be in it as long as you want to. Right now, we're doing a book club inside the Credit Ready program. We are reading Rich Dad, Poor Dad for our first book of the month for January. So in the Credit Ready program for the next 12 months, we are reading a financially educational book for the next 12 months, okay? So this is how you stop the debt cycle. This is how you stop being in this type of situation, okay, guys? Everything I just talked about, I will leave the link for my consultation in the description box, and I will also leave the link down for the Credit Ready program if you want to be a part of it. But I'm telling you guys, we just got to stop. We just got to stop. I love you guys for real. I will see you on the next video. We got to stop though.